first foray into disability advocacy was brought on by personal circumstances. In 1984, soon after he opened his law practice in Framingham and Ashland, his son Dave was born with Down syndrome. The rest, as you might say, is history. With Tom quickly learning his stuff and becoming a staunch advocate for disability services. His law practice today focuses on special education and legal issues that surround transition to adulthood for people with intellectual disabilities and their families. But what wasn't known at the time is just how influential Tom would become in the Commonwealth. In the years that followed, Tom rose from serving on the Ashland School Committee to becoming its chairman. And in 2004, he was elected state representative as a write-in candidate. I find that so amazing. It was there that he came into his own as a powerful statewide voice for those with disabilities like his son. As a member of the House Ways and Means Committee, Vice Chair of the Committee for Children, Families, and Persons with Disabilities, and for the past 2 years, Chair of the Committee on Higher Education, Tom has consistently taken a leadership role in backing progressive policies and essential funding for people with disabilities. In recent years, with advances in prenatal testing and the need to ensure that families receiving a prenatal diagnosis of Down syndrome have access to accurate, up-to-date information and supports, the MDSC approached Representative Sannicandro. Tom immediately saw the need for action, and in 2010, he helped the MDSC craft legislation to require medical providers to link newer expectant parents and couples with accurate information and supports through programs like the MDSC's First Call program. Dubbed an act relative to Down syndrome genetic test results, Tom was not only the lead sponsor, he also worked tirelessly to garner support among his colleagues. On June 22, 2012, Governor Deval Patrick signed the landmark legislation into law, giving Massachusetts the strongest mandate in the nation to address the needs of new and expectant couples receiving a Down syndrome diagnosis. This achievement could not have been possible without the leadership of Representative Tom Sannicandro. Even after that victory, Tom is not resting on his laurels. He is now focusing his energy on a piece of legislation that you may have heard about today, the Real Lives Bill. He just so happens to be the lead sponsor. What a surprise. Tom has even put together a short video to explain to the public the importance of real lives.
In this session, I filed a bill that we've referred to as the Real Lives Bill, and I view this bill as a very important civil rights piece of legislation. Folks with intellectual disabilities at this point in this country and in our culture are somehow not allowed to make decisions that every other person in the society is allowed to make. So I had a constituent in Framingham who called me up and said that she had her sister-in-law who was living somewhere, I believe it was on the South Shore, in a group home that was just really terrible. The woman had Down syndrome, had a heart condition, had never been to a cardiologist, never been to a gynecologist, somehow had all her teeth pulled, wasn't doing a whole lot of activities. She called me, I called the then commissioner. The commissioner said, we can't move her, it's not her money. What the bill is trying to do is change that dynamic and change the paradigm so that the woman with Down syndrome would control her own budget. So the place didn't work out for her, it wasn't an appropriate placement, she could just take her money and go somewhere else with that. It's a bill that's supported by folks with intellectual disabilities. The people that are actually affected by this bill have been at the table and have helped craft this model piece of legislation, as well as providers, as well as the state agency that provides services. So everybody's at the table. Everybody now agrees this is a great bill, and it's something we should do.
When the Real Lives Bill passes, that's right, when, not if, Representative Sannicandro will have his name attached to yet another piece of landmark legislation in the disability policy realm. Without a doubt, the MDSC, the Down syndrome community, and the entire Commonwealth of Massachusetts is incredibly fortunate to have Representative Tom Sannicandro as a dedicated leader and champion for all individuals with Down syndrome and other intellectual and developmental disabilities. I'm honored to present Representative Tom Sannicandro with the MDSC's 2013 Leadership Award. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Representative Sannicandro.
Thank you, everybody. And I obviously joined up here with my family. One of my sons couldn't be here because he's moved to Florida, and I'm actually joined as well by my dad and Alma, who have been here today, too. So I want to thank the Mass Down Syndrome Congress for giving me this award, and I'm really honored for that. This is an organization that started with a small group of families who are trying to find their way in the world of Down syndrome, and it has grown into a leader on Down syndrome and intellectual disabilities with an international impact. And I'm proud to be part of this organization. This organization and the people in this room have been part of the changing perception and empowerment for individuals with Down syndrome. From breakthrough changes in education and medicine to helping send an individual with Down syndrome, John Anton, to Washington to lobby for disability rights. Go ahead, you can applaud for John Anton. We cannot be satisfied with the progress we have made. We all need to be vigilant in protecting this progress and the rights of individuals with Down syndrome. So continue to fight for your children, your families, and yourselves to make sure everyone has the right to a real life. Thank you.